Hello, you guys. This is going to be a quick energy update that relates to a vision I received in meditation not too long ago. And it is for the people who are spiritual and also single. So if you're not single, this message may not be for you. However, please feel free to keep watching if you like. So, what I was shown is that a lot of you are going down memory lane and you're thinking about relationships that you had or people that you briefly dated. And you might even be thinking to yourself, well, I don't really understand why it didn't work out. We seemed to have a spark, a chemistry of sorts, a connection, and they were a good person overall. What I was shown, though, is that back then, even though you may not have been as awakened, you were still intuitive. And you had a gut feeling or an intuitive knowing that that person was not the one. And the higher self is always working through the unconscious as well and the subconscious. So intuitively, you deep down knew that you were not supposed to end up with this person. And that's because you were hearing from your angels and your spirit guides, and they were whispering it in your ear saying, hey, this person is not quite it, and we need to merge you into this other timeline where you do eventually become one with your true divine counterpart. Whether that be a twin flame or a soulmate, that doesn't really matter right now. This is just a very specific vision that I received today. And it wasn't in relation to twin flame specifically. It was just for anyone who is spiritual and single. So even back then, you knew, you just had this deep knowing that they were not the one. So please do not question the decisions that you intuitively made back then. Yes, they were a good person. Yes, you had a connection. And at the same time, all timelines are existing concurrently. So there was a timeline where you and your true lover that you will meet very soon, that's the other message I got, that you and your true lover are sitting on. And that timeline was preventing you from settling with that person because it needed you to get on track. It needed you to get on the pathway or on that road towards your true divine counterpart. So if you're going down memory lane, please don't act on what you're receiving. It's totally okay to travel through those tunnels of your memory because there's always information that we may not have picked up on back then. And I love exploring memories. I love exploring past, future. I love exploring other people's minds. I love exploring the collective mind because we are here to explore different frequencies. That's what we're here to do. And then to amass data or amass information through our travelings, okay, through our journeys. So if you're going down memory lane, that's completely okay. Explore it as much as you want. There might have been a piece that you didn't see back then and you're going to retrieve that piece, or there might be something that you couldn't see back then that pertains to where you're headed. However, one of the messages I got very clearly is do not act on these memories. Do not pick up the phone and pump the brakes on your life because you're still on that trajectory towards that timeline. And if you pump the brakes, you're going to hinder what it is that the universe is orchestrating for you, what it's trying to pull together for you. And so please remain on track. Now again, and I'm going to repeat this because it's really important. Even though you were not as conscious, or maybe you were back then, your intuition was very much online and something in your body said, this person is not my one. This person and I are a match, but we're not an utter match. We're not 100% compatible. There's something that's missing. And usually the piece that's missing is that your true divine counterpart is cog blocking you, excuse my French, from settling with that person because it needs you to merge with them. Whether you're a man or a woman, your true soulmate are intended to meet in this lifetime, and there's a lot of activity that goes on in the spirit realm. Their higher self might be blocking you, your higher self might be blocking them, and all of this is taking place whether or not we are 100% aware or not. The only difference is when you actually use your galactic antenna or your psychic antenna to tune into those channels, you're able to pick up on those timelines and then better decide what you want to do. But that does not negate everything that you knew back then. So that's my message today. And I'm feeling it very strongly within the collective. Okay? It's the collective holds a certain resonance from day to day. It really does. And there's always a theme that jumps out when I tune into the energy of the collective. And so if you're someone who's listening right now and you've been thinking about someone from your past, that's 100% cool. It's always every journey you embark upon will have something to teach you. So it's totally cool. We're here to be explorers. We're here to travel through those tunnels and to gain new insight, to perhaps amass information that we did not amass back then. But my sense is that it doesn't have to do with them. It has to do with you and where you're headed, and make sure to fully remain on path. Because, I could talk for hours, but I'm not going to get too much into this right now. Anytime you're on the cusp of great change, anytime you're at the precipice of merging yourself into that higher timeline, there will be forces that try to stop you. There will be forces that try to pump thoughts in your head to derail you. So that's another factor to bear in mind, is that there will be forces. I had a friend that used to tell me, new level, new devil. And I got what he meant, and how I saw that, how I interpreted that message was, anytime you're moving into a new level, it's not new devil, it's old devil. So anytime you merge yourself into a new timeline, anything that was part of your bandwidth of frequency within the previous chapter is now feeling threatened because you're exiting the stage. You're leaving that timeline behind, or you're collapsing it. And then certain energies will try to intercept your growth. They'll try to intercept you from transitioning into the next wave or into the next chapter. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you decide to reach out to them, there's nothing wrong with that either. Just know that. But the main message that came through today was, you do not need to reach out to them. Okay? What you picked up on intuitively back then is still very much relevant to where you're headed. That trajectory is the exact same. I also got a vision that for a lot of you, it's going to be happening very soon. Okay? It's imminent. So think of a package that's being delivered through Amazon or through whatever. It's coming really soon. It's like you selected like the express shipping, and the express shipping obviously may not be 2 days because it's not a physical package. But I saw that it was like an express package. You expedited the shipping. So there's lots to be excited about. There's lots to look forward to. Because so much is coming up for the collective right now, you're somewhat going to feel like you're being tossed around like a salad. That's just what it is. You're going to feel like you're being tossed around like a salad. All these thoughts are coming online, people from your past, thoughts from the future. I mean, it's all over the place. But know that you made the right decision. And it's just a matter of staying on course. I love you guys so much. I hope that this message helps you. And I thank you for subscribing, and I also thank you for commenting. I do my best to read through all the comments. I may not reply to every single one of them, but you'll notice that I do put hearts on them. That's because I'm so appreciative of all of you guys being on this journey with me, and me being on a journey with you. And together we shall rise. We've already done it spiritually, and now we're just in the midst of exploring and seeing how it all came about. So it's really amazing. These are exciting times, and stay strong. I love you guys.